So you ever look at successful people and just wonder, how do they do it? How do they always seem to be getting ahead? Well, I can tell you it's not luck, and it's definitely not magic. It's actually a system, a process. And today, we're going to break that system down.
And we're pulling all of this from a really powerful source, John C. Maxwell's incredible book, How Successful People Grow. What we're doing here is taking all that core wisdom and boiling it down into a simple framework, something you can literally start using the second this is over.
I mean, really think about that for a second. Have you ever felt that way? Like you're just spinning your wheels while everyone else is speeding past you? It's a frustrating feeling, for sure. But here's the secret, and it's a big one. It's not about working harder. It's about thinking completely differently about what growth even is. And that brings us right to our first and maybe the most important idea of all. Section 1. Growth is not automatic. Seriously, this one concept is the fundamental difference between people who get ahead and those who, well, don't. Look at this. It really just boils down to one simple choice. Are you passive or are you active? See, some people just kind of wait around, hoping that growth will just, happen to them. But successful people? No way. They treat it like the most important meeting of their week. They literally schedule it. It goes in the calendar. It's not about finding the time. It's about making the time. Huge difference. And that's because, as Maxwell says, growth doesn't happen by accident. You must plan it, schedule it, commit to it. It's a conscious choice, a promise you make to yourself. It's that all-important shift from saying, someday I'll do this, to today is day one.
Okay, so if growth has to be intentional, that begs the question, where does that intention even come from? Well, that leads us straight into Section 2. It all starts inside. It's the inner game, your mindset.
Before you can grow, you've got to get real with yourself. Like, take a good, honest look in the mirror. You have to know your strengths, but you also have to own your weaknesses. You need to be clear on your values. And then, you have to adopt that growth mindset. That means you start welcoming challenges instead of running from them, and you totally change how you look at failure.
Because here's the thing. It doesn't really matter where you start or what you have. Your circumstances are not the deciding factor. Your mindset is. That internal perspective you have, it's the single biggest predictor of whether you'll succeed or not. It's the engine that powers everything.
And a huge piece of that winning mindset, it's humility. You have to stay teachable. The most successful people on the planet are lifelong learners. They're always curious. They know that the second you think you know it all, that's it. Your growth just comes to a screeching halt.
All right, so having a powerful mindset is absolutely crucial, but it's just the starting point. It's not enough on its own. So what's next? That's Section 3, the outer game. This is all about actions. This is where thought becomes reality.
Maxwell has this amazing concept he calls the law of process, and it is so powerful. The idea is this. You don't just wake up successful one day. You become successful daily. It's all about those small, consistent, disciplined things you do every single day. They might seem tiny, but they compound over time, and that's what leads to those huge, transformative results.
So, what happens when you mess up? Because let's be honest, you're gonna. We all do. The secret is how you treat that failure. Don't make it your identity. It was just an event. It's just data. You just analyze it, figure out what the lesson is, and then you get right back up and keep going. It's a loop, not a wall.
And you've got to remember this quote because it's so true. Comfort is the enemy of achievement. All real, meaningful growth happens just outside your comfort zone. So if you're feeling a little too comfortable right now, chances are you're not growing. Success requires you to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, to be a beginner over and over again.
So we've got the mindset, we're taking action, but why? What's this all for? That's what Section 4 is about. It's the bigger picture. Because it turns out growth is about way more than just you.
Maxwell is super clear on this point. Your skills might get you in the door. They might even get you to the top. But it's your character that keeps you there. Things like honesty, integrity, taking responsibility, these aren't just soft skills. They are the absolute bedrock of long-term success. Without them, everything you build is basically on a foundation of sand, and it will crumble.
And this next one is huge. Your friends determine your future. Just think about that. You really are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So take a look at your circle. Are they lifting you up, challenging you to be better? Or are they kind of holding you back? Be honest, because that circle can either be a rocket ship for your growth or an anchor.
And this is where it all comes together. See, personal growth isn't selfish. Not at all. The real reason you grow is so you can help others grow. It's simple. You can't give away what you don't have. So the more you build yourself up, the more you have to offer everyone around you.
Okay, let's tie all of this together with our final section, which really puts everything in perspective. Section 5 is about seeing this as your lifelong journey.
This might just be the biggest mindset shift of all. Personal growth isn't a destination. There's no finish line. You never just arrive. The most successful people get this. They know that growth is a journey that never, ever ends. It's just part of who they are, every single day.
So if there's only one thing you remember from all of this, let it be this quote: "Success is the result of daily, intentional, disciplined personal growth." It's not about some giant heroic leak. It's about the small, smart choices you make every single day. That's the real secret. So the only question left to